Hello and welcome to this edition of Full Circle, brought to you by South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker. Thanks for joining us. And I'm very glad to be joining me, Mr. Wes Cagle with South Central, the Developmental Disabilities Director. Wes, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
All right. It's nice to have you on the show when we're not just calling to talk to each other as we've done for years. When either you need something or I need something, it kind of echoes the partnership that you guys at South Central have with our local community, our local social workers about making a difference.
It is very refreshing to be here and talk about something that's actually pretty fun.
Right. And so we're excited. If people have noticed, you can see in the background here this new logo for South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority. This is kind of a rebrand, right?
It is brand new. It is a rebrand. We're still continue to provide the quality services to our folks with behavioral health issues, addictive disorders, and with folks with developmental disabilities. We have a new focus. We're really working on building our partnerships within the community and at the state level as well.
Yeah. So I love the dedication to a new look with the same excellent services.
Yes.
Right. So that's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
Part of that is this conference that we've got coming up. Tell us a little bit about the formation of that.
Sure. We have a responsibility as a subdivision of Louisiana Department of Health to help folks that want to become employed, that have disabilities and are receiving waiver services to reach that goal. We have learned over the years that roadblocks for a lot of folks with disabilities that want to work are just fears. Their family members have fears of their loved ones in the community, those kinds of things. So we put together what I call an all-star staff to address those issues and hopefully alleviate those fears by getting the information that they need that's helpful to them, that might help them to feel better about making the decision to go to work.
I love the idea, especially because there are so many people, especially with developmental disabilities. For those that don't know families that have that, it is very stressful.
Yeah, it can be, yes,
right.
Very much so.
And y'all eliminate a lot of that stress, and it's an organization that people can trust.
Certainly.
And that's one of those big things.
Yeah, and our provider agencies that we partner with that are working the front lines with that, they can certainly be trusted. We've got some awesome providers in our area. Terrebonne Arc comes to mind right away.
Sure.
They've done amazing things, and but other agencies as well as the staff, my own staff.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about this lineup and what's going to take place. Let's talk about, I think Jay's got a flyer for us about what's happening on that particular day for the conference.
Sure. We're going to kick it off. I'm going to talk very briefly at first. I have my waiver supervisor, Kenzie Lasang, that's going to speak about how waiver services interact with folks that are employed. A lot of our folks require personal care attendance services.
Right.
We have individuals that are working, they bring their personal care attendant with them. Mm-hmm. Of course, the personal care attendant cannot do the job for them.
Right.
But we do have funds available to assist with assistive technology if they need that. Mm-hmm. Really, we can be very creative for the needs of those folks that are employed. So she'll talk a little to that. We have Michelle Jones, who's the director of our local Louisiana Rehabilitative Services.
Right.
They're very active with our providers and in the community. They partner with businesses to help carve out jobs that are tailor-made to the individual. Mm-hmm. And they really spend the time looking at the person's abilities, their interests, and those kinds of things. And they will also provide follow-along, continued training if needed, helping them to be as successful as they can.
Wow.
And then, of course, I'm very excited to have Terrebonne ARC come and speak to their programs. What they have done is just phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They have over a dozen businesses. Not only do they help with the training of the individuals and follow through with them, they've created businesses where they are able to put those skills to work and have been highly successful at it. And anybody that knows and lives in Terrebonne Parish knows who they are and the types of businesses that they run. They do employ quite a few individuals gainfully.
Right, and very well. My parents go twice a week to the restaurant. They go twice a week. And then I get stuff all the time from the confectionery. I mean, It's terrific. And so you're exactly right. They do a really good job with that. It's good to have them come and talk about that.
Yeah, Mary Lynn and her staff, Tiffany Brunet and Erica Pellegrin have done an awesome job. They are the flagship for our 7 parishes, and they are also a big resource to the other providers in our catchment area as well.
Right. I like it. And so kind of want to recap a little bit. Jay, put that flyer back up again. Want to let people know when and where. It is Empowerment Through Employment. What a great title. On May 31st, 2023, it's going to take place at Fletcher Technical Community College from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's an all-day thing. As Wes has just mentioned, an all-star lineup. If you want more information about that, you can reach out to Wes. His number there, 985-876-8838. My phone knows it all too well, as I reach out all the time to ask Wes for his help, and they are always tremendously helpful. And so it's nice to be able to share this information with the community about what you guys do. And so, like you mentioned, all-star cast.
Yes.
So 9 to 4 ought to be a really good day.
Yes, and we appreciate the opportunity to come talk about it.
Yeah.
We also have representatives from the Louisiana Workforce Commission. They are going to speak to the benefit planning.
Okay.
Folks have concerns about whether they'll be able to keep their Medicaid, Medicare coverage, those kinds of things. So she's the foremost authority on being able to speak on that. We also have Kelly Monroe. She's the head of the ARC of Louisiana.
Okay.
She's going to talk about the ABLE account, which is a really big help to folks that are with disabilities that are working, and how they can save and invest their money safely without losing their benefit.
I love it. We want to let people know as we close, different places you have opportunities to see. Reach out to any of the different SCLHSA sites. You can reach out to them, and that's it there. Wes, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. And that will do it for this particular segment of Full Circle. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.